Welcome everybody to Highsider Plays MotoGP. I'm Highsider, and this Saturday I got cleaned out by the AI so many times that I think I'm the first human being to ever get a restraining order against a computer program. Today we are at Sepang. Excellent track, a lot of fun to be had here, no doubt. Technical one, not for beginners, but this is a good one. I love this turn 3 here, getting this throttle opened up. Very good fun right there, particularly if you have some wheel spin. Not this year, but it's fun. This one gets some nice stoppy coming into the turn 4 here. Excellent, a little wheelie coming over this hilltop. Oh, so many good corners at this track. Got to pick up the throttle real light here. Just be real gentle, just a little, swing it back to the right. Love this double right-hander. Way easy to get over-ambitious in the middle there and get that curb, but a lot of fun. And then if you want to fight a stoppie, this is a great corner to do it. Get it all the way down to that paint and let the bike pivot real hard. This is tricky up here. These two decreasing radius turns are why this is not a beginner track. Really hard to get these timed out, but rewarding when you get it. Kink left here, plenty fun. No doubt, but the AI is checking up there for some reason. And here, a little wide, and I'm going to pay for it. There we go. Nice little wheelies coming out of there, and again, plenty of opportunity up here for more stoppie as well. Excellent track, all in all. Quick little shout out to YouTuber Messiah Show for helping me with some technical gremlins. Had my mic off on one channel and helped me get that fixed, so we should be in stereo this week. That is all good. So this week's episode was going to be filmed in Assen, but the AI has gone insane. Sadly, it's not all roses right now. In Assen, that super tight left-hander at the beginning of the lap, they are going off in the dirt and doing some gardening. Everybody's checking up. And then later on, towards the end of the lap, that real fast right-hand kink, just again, place is turned into a parking lot. And coming out of the last set of chicanes as well is not so bueno. I got frustrated enough that I said to hell with it, just not going to do an episode here. So yes, as it turns out, I go to Sepang, and Saturday was a day of hell for Highsider. I was ready to make my picket sign and fly to Italy and start protesting Milestone. It was a real rough day. I was just getting cleaned out non-stop. I mean, you want to get angry, go ahead and hit restart for about 5 or 10 minutes straight, going without a lap, just getting cleaned out. And very frustrating day. But there is a mystery to be had in all this, because Sunday everything was lovey-dovey, and let's try to figure out what is going on with that. Alright, let's have a look at this setup. I'm definitely not a setup maestro yet, so take anything I have to say with a grain of salt. I had it all nicely figured out in 22, but 23 is different, and you gotta do new things here. One thing I do have figured out is that the oil quantity definitely helps you tune the amount of stoppie you want. If you kick that level up, you are going to get more stoppie, which I like, but I'm finding that you can have too much. So the right amount is the right amount there. What else is relevant? Same too with the steering plate here. Finally just starting to get some feel where, yeah, if it's way too short, you're going to get more stoppie in certain places than you want. Here at Sepang, I was starting to get run over in the braking zones a bit. And it turns out, yes, I could still have some stoppie, but further in the trigger, so stopping more aggressively before I hit that stoppie point. But that was a good thing for to not be getting cleaned out all the time in the braking zone, is get that steering plate a little longer. All of a sudden I can brake deeper. All made life a good bit better there. And just one other thing I want to show you here, and that is For starting, I'm slipping the clutch now to get the starts going, and first gear is really short on these bikes, so making it very tall relative to the others made the downshift in the first coming to a corner way less sensitive, get the back squirrely, but helps with the launch of the bike too. And then notice also down here at the slipper clutch, with 23 needing so much rear brake coming out of the corner, I'm trying to conserve it elsewhere. So combination engine brake and a high slipper clutch has helped me keep it a little cooler. So when I do lean on it, it's a little cooler for me. I'm still using heaps of brake, but trying to use less, use it more strategically is what I mean to say. And to that end as well here at the engine brake itself, for me 5 is too much of a setting. The bike can get a little squirrely getting into the corner, and it just doesn't roll the center at all. It makes it awkward getting to that place where you go to pick up the throttle. But I was using it at level 4 at Saxon Ring last week, and level 3 is a good place for me here. So effectively my theme I'm seeing so far is use as much engine brake as you can tolerate, but it does seem like there's such a thing as too much. So let's go ahead and get a flavor of what kind of crash footage here I'm talking about. This is, I was gonna call this episode Good Luck Getting to Lap 2. Would have been a good one, because it was just a total pinball machine here, just getting cleaned out non-stop. Yes, Sepang is snug, but I saw it with Saxon Ring last week. Just real bad. Now this is footage I'm doing from Sunday when things actually were way better, and that's the mystery we gotta figure out here. But Saturday, it was just ludicrous, where I couldn't get to turn 4. It was just ridiculous how bad it was going. And if I did get up to turn 4, just boom, right up the inside, getting stomped. And it's such a buzzkill when you can't even get a lap. You want to go a couple minutes, just restart after restart. It's gonna hurt your feelings, I promise. Another frustrating thing with this is when you're in restart hell, the amount of times you have to hit an A skittle to get your race restarted is just silly. It's as if Milestone just is hell-bent on making sure you pound a skittle into oblivion. We could really use a quick restart here. Just no are you sures, no anything. I don't need to see the grid. I don't need to hear commentary. I don't need to work on my setup, none of it. Just give me a quick restart where I say, quick restart, the lights come on, the lights go off, we go. If you want to make it super sweet, let us program a couple chords in the controller where you just have a button combination you would never hit by accident. I hit this bizarre chord combination and I restart my race, or it throws me right into my bike setup, or I'm in my bike setup and I hit a chord and I go right to the race start. Those would be real nice features, but with all the restarting that goes on with this game, the amount of skittles slamming you gotta do to get the race restarted, it's just very frustrating. Milestone, you can do better there, no doubt. So there are good things to say about this AI. It's awesome that they're fast down the straight now. They're brave in the brakes. And I like that the AI is bold. If you remember from years past, you would pass the bikes and they would just never come back by you. And they do now. And it's great that they're aggressive. And after the first lap, everything chills out and they're all good. But that first lap can just be insane. Now the mystery is, this was just Saturday for me. Sunday, when I go to start filming some of this, everyone's playing lovey-dovey. Why did the AI go from ludicrous to agreeable? All of a sudden, I couldn't even get crash footage going just to make this video. Almost had to just bail on the theme of the video, but then I decided to stick with it because, hey, let's figure out why this is happening. It's still a subject that's interesting. Have you guys seen this, where the AI is just being evil as can be, but then they chill out? I'm wondering, is it possible that with gameplay that the AI is actually learning and adjusting with more time and repetitions. That doesn't seem likely to me, but I have a hard time trying to explain how this has happened to me, where Saturday was just so bad. I mean bad. Just raw anger. Just to put it politely, it was raw anger. And then Sunday, it was like it never happened. It was just like some dream you woke up from. Everyone's getting along, playing nice. The game is fun again all of a sudden. But I didn't forget Saturday. What changed? I would love to hear from you guys in the comments. Yes, this has happened to me. No, this has never happened. Here's why it's happening. Any feedback to try to understand this better would be greatly appreciated. So, given that the AI can get evil for whatever reason it is, I don't understand it yet. What is it you can do about this to make this game more tolerable when it is being, well, I don't know a polite word for it. Sometimes it just, you just want to smash it. For starters, you need to be playing the game at a difficulty level where you have similar speed to the other bikes. If you're trying to start up front and the bikes are faster than you, you're going to spend your day getting run over, and that is no fun at all. So make sure you're in the difficulty range where you're competitive with your grid position. You'll notice at the start of the races, the AI will usually leave you the inside line. If you can really hug that curb, it'll keep you out of trouble, because anything problem-wise that does go down is going to sweep to the outside of the track, and that's where you don't want to be. You can mind your own business if you really hug that inside curb sometimes, and that'll keep you out of trouble. Similar to that, if you have a corner where you know the AI loves throwing the bike inside and raising hell, if you're on a straightaway, you're approaching a corner, get to the inside before you even get onto the brakes, so they are going to push to the outside to set up for the braking zone, and you're just not offering them that opportunity to go inside and give you that contact that you don't want. You just get there ahead of time, let them fiddle around the outside, and that'll keep some of the drama out of your life. Another thing I've seen, and maybe this is just in my head, but it does seem like if you give them some contact, a lot of times they will give it back to you somewhat quick. I don't know if that is something I'm seeing for real or if it's just coincidence. I think I heard the game developer saying, though, that yeah, if you give it, you're going to get it. And it seems like that's really happening. So run the AI clean, and there's going to be less drama for you as a result. And then finally, if you're getting a race that is just bad again and again, I've had some success just going back to the main menu, restarting the same race, but with a new grid. If it just shuffles where the riders are at the start of the race, sometimes that seems to be enough to make turn one go a lot better than it did the race before. So I think that's it for this week. After Assen, the bikes are going to be on holiday, but I'm going to stick with a weekly episode. Want to spread that MotoGP love and show you guys how much fun this game can be when things are going well. Want to remind you to get yourself in first-person view, turn off that traction control, turn off that anti-wheelie. Doesn't really matter this year right now, but do it anyways. And let's have some more fun next week. Go ahead and crank it up. I'm going to quit talking here, and let's just let the bike do the talking for a little bit. Take care.